with you. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
What it do, nephew? It's your Uncle Lou, and I'm coming at you with something that we starting to do. Dr. Insanity dropped a video when racist cops realized they've been arrested. Now, title, pull me in, not gonna waste no time, just gonna get in it.
Evil and racist cops have always been around, going around abusing their power on minority groups.
He saw this and he wanted to make a problem.
But what happens when these racist cops get caught in the act?
I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
Here are 3 examples of when racist cops are caught, starting with the
Kyle.
shocking
Why
case
they
of
got two
Kyle
Kyles?
Erickson, who tried to frame a black suspect.
What they trying to do? What they trying to say about Kyle's?
A little bit of weed.
On the 13th of March 2018, Officer Kyle Erickson and his partner pulled over Jason Serrano and his friend for an apparent broken taillight. However, this stop ended up getting seriously out of hand when a cop tried to plant evidence.
The car smells like marijuana, so we're gonna check it, all right?
Okay, and then what?
Then that's it. Then I gotta make sure everything's good with your end. Just get the taillight fixed. There's nothing in the car, you'll be good to go, all right?
Immediately, the cops claim they can smell marijuana in the car and say that they're gonna have to search
Crazy.
it. Usually, a civilian has the right to refuse a search, but if the cops have probable cause to believe a suspect has committed a crime,
This is why the probable cause bullshit of, oh, it smells like, maybe it does it in that car. That's the one thing the video camera won't be able to prove. You can't fucking smell through their body cam. So you just gotta go off of what he's saying in the body cam. It smells
they can
like
bypass
marijuana.
that right and search their property without consent.
Damn, what's
Smelling
going on in
weed on the
that?
property technically counts as probable cause, and because it's impossible to dispute while looking at body cam footage, it's often used as a way for corrupt cops to easily begin a search without the suspect's permission or a warrant.
We
Literally.
need to check the car, so I need you to hop out.
Alright, I'm getting out.
Okay.
That needs to change.
Hang out with me.
I don't have nothing in my jacket. I'm not.
Bro, this don't look like a shakedown. This don't look like when somebody's pointing a gun at somebody and they robbing them and they say, give me all your shit. This is the same thing. This is what it looks like. Exactly the same thing.
Well, he's gonna check it.
I don't have nothing
Yo,
in.
my
No,
man.
no.
Relax.
No, I don't need to be.
This situation's about to escalate for no reason.
No, because
And then on the street, they would have just did him right there.
I didn't do nothing.
It was in the
Crazy.
car.
No,
We're gonna search
this
it.
is
Yo,
on
you need
me.
to relax.
It's my possession. Come on.
All right, they doing too
Relax.
much, bro.
Relax.
They're doing too much, bro.
Put
On
that
that
jacket
dirty
down right
ass
now. Put the
ground,
jacket down.
bro.
Cuff him up.
For the rest of the body cam footage, Jason is left on the ground handcuffed and visibly in pain from the takedown.
Yeah.
It took almost 20 minutes for an ambulance to arrive. It's unclear on the body cam footage, but with how much pain Jason is in, it's obvious that an unnecessary amount of force was used to
I
take
think
him
they fucked
down.
his shoulder up
So
or
for the
something,
cops,
bro.
this is just where the story begins, and you can see the exact moment reality sets in for them.
I knew he was
Just
fucked.
nurse the car. Actually, I'll let you check. Here. Here's my flashlight. I'll stay with him.
The officers are fully
We gotta
aware that they've
find
hurt
something?
Jason, and if their car turns up empty, all they've done is searched a car without a warrant and used excessive force to unlawfully detain a civilian. However, if they do find something illegal, then all of that should magically go away, as Jason and the driver go from civilians to criminals, and they're just helping bring them to justice. At this point, it's not necessarily just about race. They're trying to save themselves after making a violent mistake. Obviously, this is horribly corrupt, but nevertheless, the stakes are high for the cops. Their jobs
Bruh,
are on the
he looked
line,
like a
and they
piece of
have to
shit.
find something.
No, she has the proper documentation for the plates. Temporary registration's valid. Just ran her permit only. He doesn't have a driver's license. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And just seeing my partner found anything yet.
That's crazy. Baby seat in the car.
Nothing?
After searching the entire vehicle for about 5 minutes, the cops turn up nothing, and they both start to seem more and more agitated. But here's where things start to take a dark and shady turn. When the officers fail to turn up anything, they decide to get a little creative.
See nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of weed.
Without even trying to hide it from his camera, the detective places a small bud of marijuana in the cup holder of the vehicle where he's already
Dumbass.
checked multiple times. The way the
Why?
officer does this without even trying to hide it implies that he's almost certain that this will never come back to haunt them, and even suggests that this might not be his first time doing it either. In fact, the way the cops have been talking to each other the entire time indicates that this might just be a regular step in their process.
You good? Good?
All of a sudden, the cops have a case against Jason. During the stop, they smelled marijuana in the car. Jason became combative after they asked to
Bro,
search it,
but the
so they
thing
took him
about
down
it
and searched the
is-
car, where they found not only a small piece in the cup holder, but even flakes in his jacket. This is the story that Jason was taken to trial over, and he was charged with marijuana possession, resisting arrest,
Over that?
and obstructing governmental administration. It took over 2 years for this body cam footage to emerge, and only then would Jason's charges be dropped. Predictably,
dropped?
no charges were brought against the officers, but it did
What?
raise an important question. What else has been caught on these cameras that's being hidden from us? This is why some people feel it's important to
Wow. So that footage didn't come out for 2 years, and no charges was brought against. And he didn't even mention them getting fired or anything like that, or them getting like. I would have sued my fucking. Oh my gosh.
record their interactions
What?
with police themselves, just like this black police graduate did when he was confronted by these two officers blatantly racially profiling him.
Can we see some ID? No, what for?
I just
What's
asked
your
you.
What's your probable cause to ask me for ID?
It does not have a handicap placard.
Read the plate, man. You don't even know what you're talking about. DV. That's disabled veteran plate. We can park in handicapped spots.
Let me see some ID, please.
No.
The man recording is a graduate of the nearby police academy and was wearing full gear and uniform, including his duty belt with a loaded weapon. Because he's police academy certified, he's completely within his right to wear the gear, but the officers aren't buying it. So the graduate tells them to run his name through TCOL, an agency that, amongst other things, keeps track of every police officer in Texas. If the graduate is cleared to wear his gear, TCOL will prove it.
Run it.
Run them.
Run it. Call T-Cole. You have no justification.
I was
of
thinking
probable
T-Cole
cause to
in my
run up
head.
on me. Yeah. Yeah. Why?
I don't know why the
Why? You detaining me?
narrator didn't.
No. Then my question is, are you detaining me?
I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so then don't tell me where to go. He's not too smart because first of all, even you know, if I have disabled veteran plate, I can park in a handicapped spot.
they just
Even
changed-
you know
they
that.
just changed
No,
that.
they didn't just change that.
Yeah,
It's
they-
been that way.
The problem the officers had was that the graduate was parking in a handicapped spot without displaying a parking permit. But his car has a disabled veteran plate, a license plate given to many Army veterans who've made a bodily sacrifice during their active duty. Owning the plate lets you park in handicapped
You learn something new every fucking day. I swear I didn't know this.
spots without a permit. This is fairly common knowledge across America, especially for cops. But it seems that these officers forgot about it here, and the graduate thinks he knows why.
Now that I think about it, I may have yelled at that one old gentleman at the Target a little too rough. He did have one leg, but I was.
He
shouldn't
just
have
saw
did that.
this, and he saw this,
wasn't right
and he
of me.
wanted to make a problem. That's your reputation there, Joshua. Come on, man. Yes, it is. How many black officers you got? One.
Yeah, we don't have one right now.
One, right, one.
Yeah, but,
I know.
He
And,
laughed.
and you barely let him in.
It's difficult to disagree with the graduate. They had absolutely no reason to stop the graduate and demand his ID. Maybe a new recruit could forget about
So like they just everywhere is the same shit. Every job is the same type of shit.
veteran plates, but this man is actually a police captain and has many years of
You're gonna
police
meet
service
these
under his belt.
freaking
Evidently in a
jackholes
department with
sometimes.
next to no black representation. Eventually the officers return to tell him he's free to go, but the graduate isn't leaving before saying one last thing.
You know, you're feeling small now, aren't you?
No, that's it.
There he
You shouldn't
laughing.
run up on people. You have no probable cause. If you wanted to follow me and run my plate, you could have done that.
Talk to anybody?
No, well, I don't have to talk to you. I don't have to talk to you. That's right. I already told you that. Waste my time and you. You're supposed to be a captain, and you don't know the disabled plates have a right to park in a parking spot. And you violating people's rights, running up on them without probable cause. I'm in a
sure.
uniform doing the same thing for you for free.
Alan Eddings, who was the captain.
So what? I don't care what he thinks. I'm a graduate and I have T-code certification. I have T-code certification. Yes, I do. That's where you checked it. Says who? My certification doesn't say.
How you gonna try to tell him his shit expired, but you letting him go? If something was wrong, you would have keep him there.
You want it to be expired because you see brown skin. So take a walk.
Damn.
Walk of shame, Captain.
This is really some
Don't ever you run
hating-ass
up on me
shit.
again. Do you understand? And learn the law, and you better have probable cause before you run up on somebody in uniform. You don't have no reasonable suspicion because I'm on the same side as you.
No, you aren't.
I'm a graduate of the police academy, okay? Just like you years ago. You probably couldn't even pass the test. Right now, you go. You get going.
Getting into fights with other uniformed police officers definitely isn't the best look for a police
Can we give this nigga the brave nigga of the video award? He brave as shit.
captain.
But real talk, I wouldn't let nobody just try to talk to me like that. He trying to hoe him. Like,
Especially
he knows
after racially profiling that very same officer. And because the graduate was filming the entire thing himself, he was able to show the city manager, and that very same afternoon, it was revealed that the captain was no longer working for the police department. Unfortunately, though, it's extremely rare for cops to actually be reprimanded after behavior like this, as is obvious in the case of Montre Little. In this case, the cop not only lied and threatened Montre, but he even cost the city $75,000 and still got away with no punishments. On July 15th, 2018, Montre and his friend were pulled over by the police. The stop started out normal, but quickly evolved into a perfect display of how cops will try to force you into a false confession through corruption and, in this case, racism.
What's going on, guys?
Not much. How you doing, officer?
Is this your car?
Well, it's a rental right now. My car's been shot.
Okay. Did something break down?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha. You guys just came from over the
Bro,
park,
he
right?
sound like a
Yeah,
kid.
we just hanging out.
That's it? Is this your car?
I just told you my car's in the shop, officer. This is a rental.
Okay. How do you start it?
What do you mean? I just put my foot on the brake and put it in drive and I
Okay.
drive, officer.
At first, this may seem like a harmless question, but asking the driver, Montre Little, how to start the car essentially implies that the cop thinks he stole it. If Montre was unfamiliar with the vehicle, he would have likely struggled to remember how to start it. And if he fumbled around a little before remembering, it could imply he was under the influence. But Montre kept his composure and passes this first test totally fine. The cop, however,
You didn't pass that test. You gave that nigga the key.
still isn't impressed and decides to take things further by tricking Montre into giving his property over.
So it's your car, though? Did they give you a fob or something?
My car, officer.
Did they give you a key fob or something? Or
Yes, sir. Officer.
like, what does it do? Does it?
You see, that should let you know that it's in.
Okay. Do you have any weapons on you or in the car?
No, officer.
Okay. Can I be honest with you? It smells like marijuana in the car, and
Can y'all come up with something else? God damn! That's the best shit y'all could Dude, we gotta get rid of that. Cause I can't smell through the screen. I can only go off what this nigga said.
and I can see shake on the ground. Your buddy's giving me the idea that maybe he's got a gun.
Damn!
You know what I mean? Like, that's what I think.
How?
I don't know. Just the way, I mean, just the way you're holding yourself, man. Like,
Damn, he planned a whole story out. Like, he planned this out.
that's why we're nervous, man. That's it.
Not only did the officer mislead Montre into giving the keys over, but he's also suddenly decided he can smell marijuana in the vehicle and based purely on a hunch that the passenger is hiding a weapon.
Literally.
Both of these things, especially
Just on
the
a
marijuana
hunch.
smell, are often used as a reason to search the vehicle, bypassing the need for consent by the property owner. The speed and order in which the officer works here is extremely suspicious. Confiscating the keys without even mentioning it implies that he already decided he was going to search the vehicle and that he was trying to make Montre feel helpless or even threatened. Emotions you can clearly see on his face as they're stolen from him.
Go ahead and step out, Montre. Yep, I just told you why. 3 times. You want me to recap again? I mean, I told you I'm a cop. Face the car when you step out. Face the car when you step out.
And that's the reason why he's acting like that right there. Just how he said that sentence right there. I told you, I'm a cop.
Face the car when you step out. Don't flex. Don't flex. I don't know what you're doing, man, but you need to knock that off. Stop pulling on your arms. What's going on, dude? Where are you trying to go? What are you doing, dude?
Officer, I'm not doing nothing to you.
Well, you're making me think something funny's going on, man. Okay, so slide over here. I mean, your heart is thumping, dude. Like, you're beating.
What the fuck is he supposed to be, Carl?
Everything the cop has done and said so far is textbook in terms of corruption. This is obviously a serious event for Montre, but the cop is deliberately trying to be lighthearted and jovial about the whole thing,
Literally.
using words such as funny and silly to purposefully seem condescending. He also mentions that
shit ain't
Montre's
right.
heart is beating fast and that he seems nervous. Another classic observation that appears time and time again in these cases. Think back to the stop of Marion Humphrey,
Wait, I just realized he didn't fucking get any freaking consequence for that shit.
whose truck was searched for the sole reason that he seemed nervous. Innocent civilians such as Montre will always feel anxious or even angry in this situation, and it's an easy observation for cops to make to detain them and obtain probable cause, which is exactly what the cop did.
Bro, don't tell me they threw some bullshit in there, bro.
The
said
search
see some
uncovered
shake.
nothing illegal in Montre's car, but the cop kept him in the back of
But
his
it
patrol
smelled like
vehicle.
weed and you seen
This
shake.
is where things start to get really shady.
I did everything you asked me to, officer. You thought there was a weapon. There's no weapon. We wasn't doing anything wrong, officer. I'm not sure why you pulled me over. At your rental, everything is fine. There was no breaking taillight or nothing, officer. I did nothing wrong with you.
Did I make anything up when I said the car smelled like marijuana?
Man, hell yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit.
Hold on.
Because there was nobody smoking in the car.
Is there marijuana shake on the floor of the car?
Officer, that was cigarette ash, okay? There's no, you didn't find no marijuana.
I'm not charging you with marijuana. But here's what. If you want me to be real with you, like I want you to be real with me for a second. Like, did I make that up?
I believe so, officer.
Okay, so you want me to just write you the ticket for the stuff that I have to write you tickets for? If you think that I'm lying, like, then we'll go to court and we'll talk about it then.
Okay.
Or do you want to just be real with me and I'll be real with you?
Bro, say we gonna
Montre
fucking take
is
that
being
shit to
aggressively
court.
backed into a corner. The cop
Bro, that's the thing about that shit. They trying to manipulate him because he's young. Like, when you're young, you just scared. You frantic. You're not thinking. You just want to get that shit over with right then and there, bro. Everything's a process in life.
obviously knows that he's done something wrong.
you want him
he's
to get
only
his
trying
just
to get
due?
Montre to forget about it and move past it without further incident. When he doesn't, the cop threatens him by saying he'll write up the ticket and he'll have to take it to court, where it'll essentially be Montre versus the world. It's also important to remember that cops are allowed to lie and use deceptive tactics to extract a confession. If Montre had told him that he didn't make up the smell, then in a weird, twisted way, he essentially just admitted to possessing illegal drugs. Luckily, Montre maintained his story and was reluctantly let go by the cops. Just days later, Montre sued the city and after a year of fighting, reached a settlement of $75,000 based on an unlawful traffic stop and warrantless search. The cop was removed from patrol duty, but not fired, despite leading one of the most—
Put another zero on it. Put another zero on it and we good. And don't tax me.
most callous displays of corruption ever caught on camera. But the police are extremely good at one-upping themselves when it comes to corruption. Take, for example, the time when 2 Californian cops essentially kidnapped a man eating lunch in his own car.
What's going on?
You live around here?
Hey, don't touch,
bro. Relax. Hey, you match
door
the description
open?
of somebody, okay, that just committed a burglary in the area. Okay, you're on camera, so don't step out of the car.
Is your body cam on?
It's on.
Yes,
it's on.
Step on out, dude.
We'll explain everything to you, okay? Just step out of the car. Step out of the car.
I'm not stepping out of the car.
You're being detained for a burglary investigation, okay, sir? So step out.
No.
Do you live in the area?
I'm not answering any questions. I want my lord.
Okay. Bro, I would think that I'm literally getting kidnapped.
Alright. Step out of the car.
Firstly, the suspect—
I would literally think I'm getting kidnapped by people that are not police, bro. That are just looking for somebody to like off.
Williams does everything right. He tells the cops he's not answering any questions until he has a lawyer. Unfortunately for him, though, the cops aren't having any of it because he matches the description of a suspect that technically gives them the right to detain him while they investigate further.
I mean, that is the other one, different from it smells like marijuana.
What's interesting is that the only description the cops had was that it was a black male wearing all black in his early 20s, possibly a red t-shirt underneath. Jamal is 40 years old, wearing a red hoodie and gray sweatpants. It's also incredibly hard to punish cops for detaining someone that doesn't match that description, as they could just say they thought he did. In general, this system is very lackluster, but it shouldn't necessarily harm or bother Jamal. Not unless the cops do this.
Sir, step on out, dude.
You're on camera, dude, so don't do anything dumb, okay?
Hold on, dude. I'm gonna get this on camera.
Go ahead, you can record. Step out of the car, please.
He's being aggressive.
Hey, stop resisting, dude.
Stop resisting.
I'm just.
Why are you? No, man.
Okay.
Bro.
Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor.
Oh my lord.
Call your supervisor.
Is that did that car just pull up? Bro, you're not gonna win this one, bro. You gotta let go, bro. You gotta. Don't even fight him, man. Don't even fight him. Don't even tase him, bro. Don't even do that shit.
I don't give you consent to touch me. I don't give you consent to touch me.
Bro, they already doing what they doing, bro.
Initially, Jamal showed no signs of aggression and no signs of resisting. He was just trying to open his phone to record the interaction for his own safety. Nevertheless, the cop immediately said he's being aggressive as Jamal was willingly stepping out of the car.
Step out of the car, please.
He's being aggressive.
This obviously frustrated Jamal, and he later admitted from
he's
then
trying to
he did try and stay inside the vehicle.
Bro,
the amount of force the cops used from here on was completely unwarranted. One cop even pulled a taser and threatened to use it on Jamal, despite him posing no actual threat. Jamal is then handcuffed and kept face down on the tarmac while multiple other patrol vehicles arrive at the scene. For a man guilty of nothing other than eating his lunch, that sure is a lot of cops.
If we take these off, are you going to cause a problem? Are you going to kick any windows out, anything like that?
I don't answer questions.
The way they all looked at each other.
Which one do you want to put in? We'll see him here until fire season. We'll make it easy. He doesn't want to walk. He doesn't want to answer questions.
Textbook.
All right. Is your first name Jamal? Because that's who the car is registered. I don't give you consent to go in my car and check my car.
Damn.
I don't give you consent to check my car.
I don't know how to hold time, people.
So I think we can move forward and try at least get her in the back seat. Yeah, that's fine. What's your name, guys? Now, why are you guys kidnapped? I can't talk to you until you help me out. Tell me, why am I being kidnapped? Once they move you, we'll figure that out.
Literally, that's what I said. Kidnap.
Find a car and put it in there. Okay. We'll talk when he gets here.
At this point, there are over a dozen cops at the scene, and Jamal is fully restrained in both handcuffs and leg wraps. He's also already been cleared to not be the suspect, yet he's still taken to the patrol car, fully restrained, and put in the back seat. It's also important to note that the cops were able to identify and clear Jamal by running his plates, something they could have done in secret before even approaching him. The worst part is that even after all of this, Jamal still wasn't free. He was cleared of the burglary charge, but he was instead hit with a felony charge of resisting arrest and taken to jail. Jamal later filed a formal complaint with the LA Sheriff's Department. But just as another example of how corrupt this system is,
bro, that's
they were allowed to
he literally got strong-armed.
Investigate themselves.
Like, he literally
and as
got
you'd
kidnapped.
expect, they found no evidence of any wrongdoing.
Bro, I just bear with me for a second, but just imagine. Can you just imagine two goons just pulling up to your car while you sitting there eating in the middle of the day? Masked up? It's the same exact shit. It's literally the same shit, no matter what skin color you got. But especially in these scenarios.
Months later, Jamal filed a civil rights lawsuit against the arresting officers. Unfortunately, though, the story remains much the same. The officers were investigated by a police lieutenant, and after analyzing the body cam footage, it was concluded that Jamal's actions turned the interaction confrontational, and that the arresting officers were courteous throughout the entire event. Jamal's charges were dropped, but no charges were brought against either of the cops.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, nephew. That was a crazy video. I'm not gonna lie to you. Shit like that happens a lot. Shit like that happens on an everyday basis where we, every day something like this is happening, some corrupt bullshit. A lot of shit they try to sweep under the rug. You know what I'm saying? Even I never, been locked up or nothing like that, but I've had a situation where I ended up in the back of a car when I was, how old? I was young. I was, 5th grade? If this video could get like, let's see. If this video could get 25 likes, we're going to go 25 likes. I may have a story time on how that happened. But until then, nephew, it's been your Uncle Lou. And I thank you for tapping in, coming in, checking in with your Uncle Lou on this Friday night. Stay out of trouble this Friday night. Stay out the way, nephew, so you could be up tomorrow. Enjoy your Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But you know where to find me. I'm going to be right here. And if you subscribe, you already going to be here. But if you didn't, how you going to get here? Just click the button. It's right here. Click it. Now.